The Infinity Terahertz wand is one of my favorite Solex tools, and today I'm going to just share some information with you about how I use it. So if you're unfamiliar with terahertz, terahertz is the frequency that healthy cells resonate at. So when I think terahertz, I think cellular health, which means it activates new stem cells and it gets rid of old cells or abnormal cells, so it speeds up the cellular turnover, which, when you think about that, is really powerful in that it can speed up the process of healing of almost anything in the body if it has to do with cells. So this is the Infinity wand, and when you plug it in, you're going to want to make sure you see some of the lights in the bottom here, and that way you'll know that it's active, and you'll see the little blue light here, and that means you can turn it on by using your thumb and just placing it over the blue light. Then you have a setting here where you can adjust the time for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. You can do long treatment times basically. And you also have settings on heat. So at the 0 setting, there's no heat. And then 1 is low heat, 2 is medium heat, and 3 is high heat. Now, this is not just terahertz, it also has red light. And the combination of the terahertz and the red light is a really special combination. I feel like you're getting all of these benefits from terahertz and you're getting the benefits from red light. So it's great for circulation, it's great for energy flow, it's great for lymphatic flow. And like I said, it just really speeds up the process of healing in the body. So you could really use it for so many different health concerns or just everyday vitality. Okay, so the way I like to use it, if I don't have any health concerns or autoimmune concerns, but if I did, I would be a little more careful to use it on a low setting for a shorter treatment time just to see how your body gets used to it. But for me, I'm fairly healthy and robust. I just use level 3 and just go for it. I'm wearing clothing, but normally this is suggested to get the most benefit and effectiveness for results over skin directly. So if you're in the privacy of your own home, go ahead and just take off the clothes and do it directly over your skin, just for ideal results. And in regards to duration, it could really just be a couple minutes if that's all you have. And you can do even longer sessions all the way up to 30, 45, and even 60-minute treatments. If you're a practitioner, maybe you want to use this in your practice, or if you're at home and you just feel like you need more time. There's no rules around this. It's whatever time you can commit to this and how much benefit you want to receive. I don't follow a particular protocol because you can use this in a variety of different ways depending on your intention and your focus. So if you were to focus only on lymphatic health, then you could use the wand starting at an extremity and kind of moving up the lymphatic channels towards your lymph nodes, just like you would with dry brushing. And you can use that on any of the heat settings that you're comfortable with. And you generally want to have the wand, maybe 6 inches away. You can feel as it gets closer to the skin, it's hot, and as it's further away from the skin, it's less hot. So just choose whichever distance feels comfortable for you at whatever heat setting feels comfortable for you. So again, you can kind of pretend like this is a dry brush if you're using it for lymphatic support. Just go towards the lymph nodes, right, on all the extremities. You can just pretend that I have it on, right? You can spend a little extra time where the lymph nodes are. I know there's a common practice, the lymphatic 6, where people tap. So you can spend some time wanding those areas where the lymph nodes are. You can also use this to focus on just muscle pain. If you have any particular areas of pain, let's just say it's my shoulder, then you can actually just do spot treatment. And again, adjust the heat setting and the distance that's comfortable for you. I typically like to move the wand so that it's not just in one place, only because it does get a little bit hot. And I like the heat penetrating deep into the muscles, so I'll keep it moving. If I were to just hold it, I might hold it all the way out here and not move it. But that's a little uncomfortable, so that's why I like to have it a little closer and just keep it moving around any areas of pain. Now you can also use this for organ health, so your thyroid, your heart, any of your abdominal organs, your kidneys and adrenals, it's wonderful for organ health. And so again, same thing with muscle pain, you can just find the distance that's comfortable for you and just little circles around the area. This might be good for the thyroid. You could do the heart. You could do your gut health. You could do reproductive health, and just kind of keep it moving. When I do digestive support, I'll go in the direction of peristalsis. So, circles in this direction. Another thing I like to do is you can also focus on the chakras. So again, you can focus on the first chakra, the second chakra, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. You can even just do long sweeping motions along your chakras because this is also great for moving life force and energy in the body. So that would be more of like a chakra protocol, if you will. But if you're familiar with the energy lines in Chinese medicine, you can go along the meridians as well. Study the direction and the flow of the meridians. What I just want to share is that you can't really do this wrong, so don't be too afraid to even experiment and play with this. And because, it's based on intention, you can focus on the lymph or the energy or organ support or pain relief. In addition to the many health benefits that you can use this wand for, you can also use it for beauty. So if I were to use it on my face, I would use it on a low setting. Even really 0 is fine or 1 is fine. And you want to have it like further away because you don't want to burn your skin. But if you are using any kind of serums or bright or any kind of topicals on your face, the terahertz and the red light really drive the topical into your skin, making it more effective. And so you can just, do small sweeping motions around your face, however it feels comfortable to you. Also, ladies and men, if you are struggling with hair loss or hair thinning, then you can actually dry your hair with this and it will help to regrow hair. Or at least that's what I've been experiencing with myself and my boyfriend at home. We just wand our scalp, around the hairline, just everywhere, all over the scalp. And it's relaxing. You're probably getting a lot of great brain benefits from the health aspect of it, but we have noticed that our hair is really starting to grow faster. So you can see that if you were wanding yourself, you can do, kind of the areas that are easy to access, but what if you were trying to do your back? It gets a little awkward. So this is where we introduce the oscillating stand. Okay, so now we're gonna set up the oscillating stand, and it looks like this. This is also a unique product that I'm so grateful for. So when you get your stand, you want to make sure the legs of the stand are the widest base possible because it's a little top heavy. This part is a little bit heavy and the wand is heavy. So what you don't want is it to tip over, and we don't want this to fall on the ground. So just make sure that the base of the stand is wide. So then you're going to place the wand in the holes here with the elastic around the wand. That's just to make sure it's secure. And then you just press this little red button here and you can see that it will start to oscillate back and forth. Now we're imagining that this is right over your back. So position this right over, whether you're lying on a bed or if you have a massage table or wherever you are lying down. And what's also nice is that if you wanted to adjust the settings here on how wide the movement is, you can just pull out these little, I don't know what they're called, but they're adjustable. These little pieces to make it a shorter distance of oscillation or a longer distance. So I'm just gonna guess what would be up and down the spine. And then you just press the red button. I'm gonna turn on the wand. And then I'm gonna lay down and receive a terahertz session. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate how you might use this with a client or a friend or a family member. Anyone can use this, so don't feel intimidated. Again, you can't really do this wrong. I'm just giving you an example of how you could use this. And if you're a health practitioner, this is one way that you could use this with clients in your practice. So I'm not going to turn it on. We're going to pretend that I turn it on. And normally, this is best through skin or over skin. So for demonstration purposes, we're keeping the clothes on. If you were in practice with the client would be undressed, and then you would have a top sheet covering, and then you would just undrape the back or the area that you're going to focus on. Okay, so I like to start on level 2 for somebody. The 2 setting is warm enough. The 3 setting is very strong and very hot. So I like to start with the 2 setting, and I actually just start going up and down the spine. The spine is housing the central nervous system, and I like to just do slow sweeping motions right over the spine. Now you can check in with them and say, is this too warm? And if so, you would just lift the wand a little bit higher, and it'll decrease the heat or the sensation of heat. So you could do this anywhere for 3 to 5 minutes or so. And if the person had any areas of concern, like if they had low back pain, then I might just focus over the low back in long sweeping sessions. Again, if I'm going to hold it this close to the body, I want to stay moving with the wand in sweeping motions or in circular motions. If I'm just going to hold it like over the sacrum, then I want to make sure it's high up so that it doesn't burn their skin. And then you can just hold it over an area of concern. And again, this is based on your intention. Do you want to focus on the muscles? Do you want to focus on organs? If I were focusing on the organs on the back, we could really do some nice work over the kidneys and adrenals in small circular motions. If it's too hot, you can decrease the setting, or if they want it to be warmer, you can make it warmer. So keep checking in with your client or your friend or your family member. And then you can continue the rest of the body. This is great for joints. So anyone who has hip pain, again, you're doing sweeping circular motions. And you can just kind of go up and down the legs if we're thinking muscles. If we're thinking meridians, energy flow, then we might want to go along the bladder meridian in the direction of the flow. If we were thinking lymph, then we might want to start with the feet and move up towards the pelvis. So again, it's all about your intention and what the concerns are for the client or the person being treated. And you can do feet. Again, keep it moving. And then you can have them turn over and we'll do the front. One thing to note, if you have somebody that you're working with that has any kind of implant of any kind, metals or just foreign implants in the body, you want to avoid those areas and use it on a 0 setting. Okay, so now we're going to work with the front of the body. Again, you can, same thing, do long sweeping motions along the legs. If someone had any particular pain, like in their knee, you could spend time wherever there's pain, you want to spend a little extra time. You can do along the meridians, you can do a lymph focused. One thing I really love about the front of the torso are all of these organs here in the abdomen, and it's wonderful for gut health. You've got the liver right here, you can do sweeping motions. You've got the stomach, you've got the spleen, all of the intestines. And you have the reproductive organs. So all of this can be rejuvenated with terahertz and the red light. And again, if I wanted to do a chakra session on this person, I might go up and down. This would be good to do on a low setting, a low heat setting, especially over the face. So you always want to check in, make sure it's not too hot for the person. So similar to the spine, we're now clearing the chakras on the front of the body. And you can do any like muscular work here if I'm looking to relax the pecs, or the shoulders, the arms. It's actually really nice to do hands in the center of the palm. Anyone who has arthritis, this is really nice for the joints of their fingers. So you can spend a little extra time depending on the person's concerns. Now when we get to the face and the head, you want it on a low setting, 0 or 1. 0 has no heat, but 1 has a little bit of heat. And if I was using it over the face, I would want it to be even this high, this far away. Even this close is going to be too hot for the face. So you want it to be fairly high over the person's face, but it is wonderful for the face. You can, with their eyes closed, go over the eyes in a figure 8 motion. You can focus on the brain. I like to imagine that I'm working with the pituitary gland and the pineal gland over the third eye. You can do some kind of gentle sweeping strokes. I heard that Kai likes it over his ears. If there's anyone experiencing any kind of tinnitus, right? So this is good for all of the organs and the skin and the hair. So then I could also do a scalp treatment here. You just want to kind of gently keep it moving so that it's not too stationary. If it is stationary, just have it further away from the body.